listeners. Welcome in episode 32 of The Lunch. We got a lot to get into this morning. How do you like that, right? Is that kind of like, it's like a funky vibe?
Yeah.
You picture driving down the road, you know, this playing, I don't know. Oh, what?
Yeah, right.
I should have faded it out before it got there. It got weird
Right.
there. I didn't like that
It
part.
got weird there.
All right, so Wes sent this my way this morning as a way to remind us that the kids indeed inherit the earth. Cambridge's dictionary, the Cambridge Dictionary, has some new additions for the year.
Oh, boy. Does it define vibe, smog?
No, I think that'll be next year.
Okay.
But they have added 6,000 new words to their...
Oh, my gosh.
I know.
How?
I know. Well, and here's the best part, Ange. A lot of it reflects TikTok trends and internet slang.
Stupid.
Skibbity is officially in there.
Oh, my gosh.
Skibbity is in there.
What's the definition?
A flexible term meaning cool or bad or simply used humorously without a clear definition.
Oh, my God.
How can you put that in the dictionary if it doesn't have a clear definition? Isn't that the entire point of it?
Wow.
Yeah? Right? Isn't that crazy?
yeah.
This is where we're at now.
My mind is blown right now.
Okay, how about this one? I think having skibbity in the dictionary is a little delulu.
No.
Yep.
No.
Delulu's in there.
How is it spelled? Is it D-E-L-U-L-U?
Yeah.
Oh.
D-E-L-U-L-U.
No.
Shorthand for delusional, originally used to mock obsessive K-pop fans, now widely applied to describe knowingly unrealistic beliefs.
Okay. Flashback to college, where we could only use words that were in the dictionary.
Yeah,
What are they doing?
I know. Well, they're just
Can
making
you
it up.
imagine a college essay where they say it's totally delulu and it's acceptable because it's in a dictionary
or
somewhere?
somebody in a business email being like, this customer complains Delulu, you know?
Yeah.
I looked into this skibbity complaint and it's Delulu.
Tyler said Skibbity, Ohio. And it makes me wonder, does Ohio have an alternate definition? Right? Because we'd have to go to, what's that one?
Urban?
Urban Dictionary, yeah.
I wonder, how's the transcription going to do with us saying this? Okay, you ready?
Oh, right. Well, it's not in all the dictionaries yet, but
no.
yeah. Huh.
Okay, you ready for this
Yes,
one?
yes.
Next one is tradwife.
Well,
I almost said tradfi.
I don't know. It sounded...
No, tradfi is traditional finance, which is the word I see all the time. So I just read it as tradfi, but it's tradwife.
I've never heard it. Like traditional? Wife?
Yeah, it's short term for traditional wife, often
never
used
heard it.
by influencers promoting traditional gender roles. Yeah, it's not as common, I don't think.
Weird.
But it's like, you know, yeah, yeah. And then here's another one I've never heard.
Okay.
Broilarchy. Broilarchy. It's BROLIGARCHY. Boilarchy?
Bollarchy?
A blend of bro and oligarchy. So the broilarchy or something like that.
Oligarchy.
Describes powerful male tech elites such as those present at the Trump 2017 inauguration. I've never even heard that one before.
Oh, I just scrolled down and I see that I can look at it.
Yeah.
Broligarchy.
Broligarchy. Also, snackable and red flag have been redefined in the dictionary. Have you ever heard of broligarchy before?
No.
I kind of like it in a way now that I hear it. I think Delulu is my favorite. Skibbity's the stupidest by far. Skibbity is the stupidest. I'm like, when I heard Skibbity getting traction, I was a little disappointed.
Yeah.
It's like, really? This is what you guys are? This is baby language.
Right.
You know, it is what it is. So you got the younger generation that's bugging me, Ange.
Yeah.
And now, unfortunately, the older generations are getting scammed like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But this one, I think literally any of us could have fallen for this scam. So I wanted to play it just so we could be aware that this is a real thing.
Yep.
You ready?
Be Bolo, right? Be on the lookout.
Okay.
What?
Be bear aware.
I
don't
said
know.
BOGO last night when I got Abby a Subway sandwich for her band camp this week. And she was like, oh, Mom just said BOGO.
I didn't even know that one. So.
Buy one, get one?
Oh, okay.
BOGO.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Well, here is a problem we all need to be aware of.
I think initially, and I can't blame them, I don't think they believed me.
I didn't.
Yeah. It was like, okay, buddy, sure.
When Dan Smoker emailed Steve on Your Side, he thought he was waiting for a refund from United for a failed attempt at rebooking a flight.
This guy's last name is Smoker.
I know.
Man, I got to add that to my list. So, Bacon, Payne, and Smoker have got to be the best possible radio/podcaster last names.
Mm-hmm.
So jealous. Fisher. Doing nothing with that. This guy's last name is Smoker. You could brand everything around that.
He thought he was waiting for a refund from United for a failed attempt at rebooking a flight.
It was going to be 18 days going all over Europe, doing a Mediterranean cruise.
Their flight from DIA to London got canceled, so Dan spent an entire morning on the phone with United trying to rebook. First, he attempted to get United to book his family on a partner airline.
If you pay for the ticket, we'll just refund you.
Dan says the representative named David put him on hold for a while, came back, and said he couldn't book the other flight, but Dan's card was already charged for more than $17,000.
Oh.
He promised a refund and got the family on another flight.
I got an email from the person spelling out exactly what I was getting refunded for.
That's good.
Months passed and that refund never came. Dan was getting no answers, so he contacted us.
It was actually you that brought up the possibility of it being a scam.
He's right, because when I read that refund email, I spotted red flags almost immediately. Like, the email didn't come from a United email address. The format is weird, some numbers with zeros in front of them, dollars always listed in USD, dates with the day in front of the month. I figured Dan had been taken advantage of. Thought maybe he'd Google the number for United, a common way that thieves trick people.
I will say this receipt, because they have it up on the screen, looks legit other than days are before months, and after the dollar amount, they append USD. That's not a huge...
Those are not red flags.
Not
I work
huge.
with international
Yeah.
people, and they do that.
Right.
So
right. The biggest giveaway is the email address,
Yes.
but you'd have to really be looking for that.
Right.
And you're expecting an email from United Airlines, and it comes in and it says it's from United Airlines. Mm-hmm. That's a tricky one.
But he didn't.
I was on with United's official customer support number.
Dan's call log shows he only called United's actual customer service line, 1-800-UNITED-1. Even lists a 3-hour phone conversation, the one where Dan says David took that $17,000.
The more I looked into it, the more clear it became that it was a scam via United's system somehow. How that happened, I have no idea.
Steve on Your Side contacted United, who told us they have record of Dan's calls that morning.
The one they do have, which is the same as the one that I talked to David for over 3 hours, 3 hours and 18 minutes, they show as a 13-minute call. And they say that at that point, I had dropped off and they don't have any further recording.
But Dan's call log shows that call continued for hours.
I got put on hold by that person. It was a female. And then the next person that come back was David.
United
picking
did
them
tell
up
us
from
the
the
number
hold.
David left in that refund email called into their call center too the same morning, which makes sense.
David is ultimately the one that got us on the flight via Newark, that got us to London.
Dan's credit card statement shows a bunch of charges marked as United for seat upgrades on the flight they eventually got on. But it also shows that $17,000 charge to a generic company called Airline Fare.
I dispute the charge with my credit card. You know, it's not even about United paying the $17,000.
Dan just wants to know how he called United and got David.
David somehow got in their system.
Wow.
But it sounds like David even booked some of the flights for him.
That's weird.
Yeah.
An inside job.
Yeah, and
Outside job.
United's like, yeah, we're looking into it.
Yeah.
We're looking into it.
You know, I have a similar situation. The trampoline park near the house, I've had memberships for the kids monthly since 2020, right? Because back in 2020, you had to, if you had a membership, you could reserve a spot because they were limiting how many people could go in, et cetera, et cetera. And then they improved the facility, but I got grandfathered in at this $21.88 per kid per month, right? And I've been paying it ever since. Well, they decided to upgrade their system because they stopped charging some people, but it was still sending receipts saying that they paid, right? So I had to go in person and do a new waiver. And in that process, they continued the $21.88 memberships, but started a new membership at the current rate, which is $28 something, and charged me, and for Bella. And I'm standing there with Dylan, right? Like I was bringing Dylan in. They signed Bella up for a membership. So now I have 4 memberships. And I went in person 3 times already to try to get a refund. And nobody has done it. And it's about to get charged again next week. And it's so frustrating because the manager's like never there.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, so it's not scammy like
it's just
this,
a communications or systems problem. It shouldn't be this complicated.
Well, they got a new system.
Oh boy.
And the new system doesn't have a $21.88 membership.
I see.
but I'm still getting charged for the other one. I don't know. New credit card processing. She's like, you're not going to get charged anything. Well, I did.
Oh, my gosh. It's so frustrating how disorganized businesses are today.
Yeah.
You know, like that whole like sewer tank story. Really, so much miscommunication with the drivers. We provide them a map, and they get lost every time they come out to the farm.
Do you have an update on your shitty situation?
Well, so we got...
Well, do you want to say it for the show? Or
I didn't put anything in there, but it is kind of funny what happened.
It is.
Oh, you heard?
I just have a very high level from the kids, yeah.
Okay, all right. I'll sneak it in here.
I mean, isn't it technically Pacific Northwest flavor?
Yeah, but I feel like you should go on the main show. I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe not. Maybe I'll just do it now.
No, because you did it. You did cover it primarily.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll just say now. So, quick background is we're setting up a new home base at a farm, and we'd need to be able to dump our tanks. And so we were provided with a 600-gallon-ish tank that is just a holding tank. It doesn't have a drain field. It's not a septic tank that we could dump into. Now, the expectation is that the people that came out and already maintained like a honey bucket outhouse on the property were just, while they were there, going to, trot over and dump this tank for us, or, pump this tank out for us. And, probably, worst case, another $100 to the bill. Mm-hmm. Okay. $100 a month. Okay, great. Well, no, it turns out they can't dump that. They can only dump a tank that's 3 feet deep, and this thing's 8 feet deep. So we'd have to have a specialist come out, and that'll be $500 a month. Well, I already have the tank full. So, eventually I have to pay $500 when I thought I was going to have to pay $100.
Oh. So how much does the RV hold? The
40 gallons.
Oh, okay. All right.
And then when I flush...
you filled 600 gallons of this 8-foot tank?
Those kids. No, when I flush, I also add 5 to 10 gallons, and I flush 3 times.
Water.
To clean it out.
Poop smoothie.
So that sort of, by the end, you've added...
Of course. Right. It's
still,
a multiplier. Sure.
I mean, it's not 100% full, because I didn't want to come all the way up to the lid. So it's still probably got a third left. But I wanted to stop, since we have no idea how we're getting it out of there. I just wanted to stop using it.
Yeah.
So the solution was, after having a couple of different operations come out, including some folks that have operated in the area for 30 years, and this is their specialty, telling us it was too difficult and too expensive. Every time they came out, they would get lost, even though we provided them all with a map with a drawing and a little X. Some of these guys got their trucks in the most awkward positions. As somebody who drives a large vehicle, I have no idea what the hell they were doing, driving over there. And they go off in the weirdest spots in the farm that would make no sense to have a tank at all. I say this just not as a generalization, but just of these individuals. When they arrived, you could tell within 30 seconds of walking up to them why this is what they do for a living. Because they were just so lost. And they can't communicate. They don't have any of the information. So it's been really frustrating. So finally, Hadia's dad came up with a big brain idea. We'll just put a porta potty right next to the RV. Mm-hmm. You dump to that, because we have a macerator. We can do that. And
I asked Dill who started the suction.
Oh yeah, no, it's a pump. It's a
and
pump.
He's like, no, we have a macerator.
Yeah,
I don't even know that word. Yeah. And he's all like, I know about this.
Yeah, he does. I should have made him just do it by now. So we're like, oh, okay. Well, how much storage capacity does an outhouse have? And Hadia's dad's kind of roughing it, but he goes, about 125 gallons.
Okay.
Like, oh, okay.
All right.
And they're going to service it every Wednesday.
3 times.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, great. All right, well, that'll work. So I get all set up, and it's a whole other setup, a whole other set of hoses and a whole new running of water and piping and all this kind of stuff. And so I spend an hour getting it all set up. And I get it going, and we get the output positioned in the toilet inside the outhouse, really nice, so it's steady and sturdy, and it's not going anywhere while we're dumping. Mm-hmm. And I let it rip, and I start dumping the black tank. Mm-hmm. And first round goes just fine. Have Dylan check on it. Yep, everything looks good. Okay, good to know. So let's flush this sucker. And I'm like, well, this is, at the time, it was like Saturday or something.
Just to be clear, flush which sucker? The
black tank.
Okay.
So what I do is
clear it out.
Yeah, I've got it
with water. Okay.
The tank system actually very, very, very nice. Has like a pipe that spins that has water that you hook up to, and it sort of sprays the inside of the tank.
Sure.
And then I close the tank up, and I let that fill up with water to about 5 gallons. Mm-hmm. Then I pull it again, and then I blow it all out. And then you do that a few times, and
Yeah.
it's eventually clear water.
Yeah.
So, and I was like, this was like a Saturday or a Friday, and we were going to have them service the unit on Wednesday. Mm-hmm. Thing holds about 125 gallons, somewhere between, I was told, 125 to 165 gallons.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, well, I'm not going to use all of that.
Yeah, no.
So I'll go ahead and do a luxurious flushing, so I'm luxuriating with the water, and then I'm like, well, now and then I get the tank all clean. Let's flush the hose out so there's nothing in the hose. So I run like 2 gallons of water because I have a little meter.
Yep.
I run like 2 gallons of water through the hose to get it all clean. And I'm like, look at us, job done.
Right.
We have no more tank anxiety. People have range anxiety in their EVs. We have tank anxiety. We're always worried about tank capacity. Like, no more tank anxiety. Sweet. So I go over to the outhouse to retrieve the other end of the hose. And, sometimes when you see something that your brain just doesn't expect, it takes you a minute to really understand what you're seeing. Like,
Right.
you don't just immediately recognize and go, oh, this is what I'm seeing.
Yep.
You first think it's something else.
Yep.
And then realize what you're seeing.
Yes.
I had one of those moments. So I open up the door to the outhouse, and I flip open the lid to the toilet, and I see a bunch of foam. And I think,
At what level? Like, dip your
well, I can't really...
dip your dangling bits
I
level?
can't really figure it because it's like, it's right there, like almost up through the lid of the... So, you open the lid of the toilet, and then you have the seat, and then the seat lifts if you're going to urinate.
Yeah.
So it's at that inner seat, it's just right there. The foam's right there. And I'm like, did this have like a bunch of like if I poured... Because we put a treatment in the tank.
Sure.
And I thought maybe when you pour that and it's dropping into a tank, maybe it foams up.
Right.
And then as I looked at it and I went to pull the hose out, I realized that's liquid. That's the top of the tank. We have filled this thing all the way to the very tippity top, and I am not exaggerating. If I added 2 cups of water, this thing would have overflown onto the ground.
That's crazy.
Turns out they have like 65 gallons of capacity, not 125.
Okay.
Which makes a lot more sense when you look at the size.
And it
of the
didn't
thing.
come pre-filled at all, so
They put
basically-
2 gallons. They put like 2 gallons of treatment in.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And so it was so full that they have these little chimneys on them for
Yeah.
off gassing
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
I went and got a cap for that, so that way, because if rainwater got in there, it would overflowed.
Oh my gosh! And it rained.
Yeah,
we had a
yeah,
storm this
yeah, yeah,
weekend.
yeah.
Oh my god!
It was so full. So Dia's dad looked at it and said, well, we're going to do the right thing, and what we're going to do is we'll bring another outhouse over. So now,
Oh my god! And share the.
so now I have 2
Share the
outhouses I
fill?
can run the hose to. I don't know. I suppose.
Oh, so you didn't macerate some of the liquid out of the first
No,
one?
I'm leaving it because
No.
it's not technically
Okay,
spilling yet.
So you have secured that door so that somebody doesn't walk in and die from the fumes, right? Because capping it.
No,
like-
I didn't think
Oh
about that. I'm
my
going to remove the
gosh.
cap today, though, since the
Okay.
rain's passed.
Oh, and then tomorrow it'll get picked up.
Yeah.
Or I'm not picked up, emptied.
Yeah,
They're going to be like,
I know. This is so dumb. And we have to...
what if they don't come tomorrow?
Oh, we have the other outhouse, but like one tanking fills it.
Yeah. Wow.
It's kind of stressful, and it's like, this is our best solution next to a septic system.
Yeah.
But a septic system requires a whole bunch of like paperwork
Foundational.
for the RV, plus paperwork
Oh.
for the property, and then it's also right up against a wildlife preserve and a lake.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a lot to it.
Mm-hmm.
There may actually be a septic tank somewhere. What's funny is, and I've mentioned it before, half of the farm is a septic system. The farm is built on top of a septic system for all the cows that then have this ginormous under-farm tank that they would then, in the summer, pump into the ponds on the farm,
Oh.
and with a big pump and a mixer.
treatment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it would
Oh.
it would sit in this tank under the ground for so long that it would
Oh, I
sort of
see.
like break down.
Sure.
And then in the winter, they had these big tanks they would pump it all into and store it. And then in the spring, they would load it into their sprayers and the fields.
Gross.
I know. So it's funny that I'm struggling when the infrastructure is like
Yeah.
the entire thing's built on
Right.
sewage and sewage containment, but yet where I'm at, yeah. So that's annoying, and I don't think we're very close to a resolution because a septic system is a massive project, super expensive. I wish I could just get that tank dumped. If I could just get the
Yeah.
tank dumped. And the thing that sucks about the tank that we now can't dump I mean, we're going to have to dump it. At some point, I'm just going to have to burn $500 and dump a tank. But we ran plumbing to that, right? So we put together the special kind of like piping that's certified for that kind of stuff, and we trenched, and we ran it, and we measured, and we made sure everything worked so the RV could hook up to it, and we spent days on this tank and on this line and all of this under the broken assumptions, because the information we had been provided at the time was that it would just be like an extra $100, $125 tacked onto the existing bill, and it wouldn't be a big deal. Mm-hmm. So we did all this work, and now we can't use it. There's got to be a way. I don't know. Maybe I'll just buy an incinerator toilet. Have you seen these?
No.
Yeah. They pull like 2,000 watts, or you can get ones that use propane, but they just incinerate everything, and then they just blow ash outside. Oh. Totally clean ash, though. It's just carbon.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Crazy. Yeah. Anyways.
I'm just imagining those reels where they're spreading grandma's ashes and the wind gusts it right into their faces. That's all I see when you say that. It's just ashes.
Every time you flush, there goes grandma's ashes. Mm-hmm. Oh, all right. I don't know how we got to that, but I got a couple of Pacific Northwest flavors for you.
Okay.
Washington is testing a new car technology, so you're going to see some of these test cars on the road that may help prevent DUIs. You know, the Pacific Northwest, very technology forward. Mm-hmm. DUIs, big problem around here these days. And so they're looking at a product that will, hopefully, they say, be integrated by car manufacturers in like a year or two.
For years, seatbelts were just an option for car buyers, but then Congress and automakers decided mandating them would be a good, life-saving idea. Now the state of Washington is taking part in a research project that could establish another kind of life-saving device. It's designed to be subtle. You hardly notice it tucked in there behind the steering wheel.
As I blow towards it, you'll see the blue lights mean that it's measuring, and if I'm below the limit, I'll get green, which means I'm good to go.
Test cars equipped with the Driver Alcohol Detection System for Safety, or DADS for short, will not let someone who has had too much to drink go anywhere.
They could let the driver start the car but not put it into drive. That way they'll have access to heat, air conditioning, power, if they need to call somebody to come pick them up or while they're waiting to sober up.
The DAD sensor uses infrared light to analyze the potential driver's breath.
Carbon dioxide and alcohol molecules absorb different amounts of light, and the sensor can compare the two, making it easy to measure alcohol levels precisely.
I think...
Now, that's neat, except if you think about it, if it's just using the density of particles and how light passes through them as a measurement... Mm-hmm. I mean, like that wrist brace you have on right now is probably giving off certain smell particles that are denser than regular air.
It is, and it's bothering me.
So there's like cologne, aftershave, mouthwash, all of these things.
Right? Anything, or just the passenger.
Yeah, stinky.
Right?
Yeah,
the passenger who is not driving talks towards the driver.
Or maybe it's a cold morning and you have a steamy coffee. All of these things, these types of sensors cannot accurately read. But, and they'll kind of touch on that, but we don't need to worry about that. Let's build it into everything.
I think this technology will save 10,000 lives a year in the U.S.
She could be right, maybe, but she's just kind of making that up.
Yeah.
It's sort of weird.
Right?
Becomes mandatory.
As director of the state's Traffic Safety Commission, it's Shelley Baldwin's job to find ways to reduce the number of deadly crashes in the state. With impaired drivers linked to 1/3 of the state's fatalities, she says the state was eager to partner with the DADS developers.
Cars are part of the problem.
I know.
And cars can be part of the solution.
Of the thousands of tests we've done, we need to do millions of tests.
If testing goes well in Washington and 4 other partner states, the devices could be an option for car buyers in 2028.
I hope that by the time my kids are driving, this is something that's normal for them and their friends.
Now, I could see it for that kind of thing.
Yeah.
A kid's car that you could turn on and off.
Yeah.
With a parental control, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. I have 2 thoughts. The first is that I have a 2023 Subaru Ascent, right, coming from an Acura MDX. With my Acura, I could set the climate control to 71 degrees. Sometimes I'd move it down to 70. Sometimes I'd move it to 71. Because it would blow the temperature that I set it to.
Right. Maintains the temperature you set it to.
Yeah. My Subaru has like a series of 5 vents in the similar spot as this reader that detects temperature. And when the sun hits it,
oh, right, it thinks it's roasting.
It does. And so in the winter, I have to have the temperature way down to 63. And in the summer, I have to have it all the way up to, I had to do 80 the other day. Yeah. And I am constantly, and
Isn't that funny? Just like where they place the sensor. And yeah, you are sensitive.
So temperature sensitive that I need it to just be the same.
Wow.
And I brought it to Subaru and said, what even is this?
Design
Why is this so bad?
mistake is what it is.
Yeah. And so they adjusted this there's like a 0, -1, and a 1. And they adjusted it, and it made that differential worse. Like I did a loop to McDonald's and went right back to the Subaru dealership, and I was like, no, change it back. At least I know that system.
They can individually adjust the sensitivity of that sensor. That's fascinating.
Yeah. And then they gave me a couple other tips, like always have the rear, have the rear vents on. Keeping the whole car a certain temperature. Mm-hmm. But it's just so stupid. So I could see this totally mistriggering.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's funny, too, how just the placement is such a big deal on stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And they do briefly touch on how bad the sensor is.
All their cars will have it.
There still are some kinks to work out. Apparently, there are some scents from some mouthwashes, also from hand sanitizers that are making it impossible for sober drivers to get their cars into drive. But the developers say that's why they're doing all this testing.
You know, as a guy who used to love toys and cars and technology, I've really come around to the more stuff they add like this, the more potential it is to break.
Yeah, it's dumb. So I carry a BAC meter, right? Because I go out and I want to make sure that I am.
Well, that's the way to do it.
It is. And first of all, it takes 30 seconds to evaluate the air as it is. And then it's 30 seconds of blow. That's not right. A blowing.
Hey! Yo!
Okay. And then it tells me the reading.
Interesting. So it has to calibrate.
It does. So
is this calibrating all the time?
Well, it sounded like it was just to get it started.
Yeah, so you'd think you'd turn it on, and it might not be accurate. Like, oh no, give it a second, it'll calibrate, and then blow again.
And then take a drink.
Or my first thought was, if I'm an asshole and I'm going to drink and drive and defeat this thing, mm-hmm. I just have my passenger blow on it or something.
Right. Well, yeah. And so, the blow and go, right? There's ways around that too.
Yeah,
but this just seems dumb. You can't even use your own vehicle.
Yeah.
If you do hand sanitizer, like door dashing, right?
Right.
You're going to wash your hands
Could you imagine
sanitize them
during COVID, how many people would have been stranded?
Right. Yeah. I have your meal, but I can't leave because I sanitize my hands.
Okay, so this isn't just a Pacific Northwest thing, but when we do it and how we do it is always unique to us. It is almost time to go back to school. And so Seattle moms need some hot tips, and the local Fox affiliate is going to help them with that.
Ending summer and going back to school can be tough for some kids, which is why it's so important to set the tone and build excitement for the first day of school.
You got to set the tone and build excitement. Mm-hmm. Did you see the way he did it, too? You got to... So the whole premise of this is your kids are going to have a great year if you just set the tone.
For some kids, which is why it's so important to set the tone and build excitement for the first day of school.
I spoke with a mompreneur about how she sets the table.
A mompreneur.
I know. I was like, why is that not getting called that? What?
A mompreneur.
Is that in the dictionary?
I don't know, but it probably will be next year.
All right, let's
build excitement for the first day of school.
I spoke with a mompreneur about how she sets the table, gets her kids excited for the new school year. Back to school time is here. And what better way to get your kids excited for the first day of school than going through those school supplies and setting up just an incredible tablescape to either kick off the first day of school with a breakfast or a dinner. Joining me now is...
First of all, I love the term tablescape.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Mm-hmm. And again, we're going with the premise, if you set the tone, then they're going to have a successful school year, and you can set the tone with a tablescape.
Is mom of 4 and entrepreneur Whitney Jensen. Whitney, thank you for being here.
Thank you, Holly, for having me. I'm so excited to share.
You've put together some incredible tablescapes.
Yes.
So, talk about this a little bit. This is like going through the kids' supply list, seeing what you have, and then using it in multiple ways.
Yes. So for back to school, we always like to set the tone for the year with a back to school dinner. And we do a full menu that the kids direct from soup to nuts.
So the idea is that if you let your kids direct a full dinner, one dinner out of the whole year, from soup to nuts, then they're going to have a great school year because
Yeah.
you're setting the tone.
Right.
And that's all it's going to take is a great dinner the night before. You know what? Sure, if in December there's a bully or there's a teacher they don't like or things
Right.
aren't going well or the bus ride's been really uncomfortable or awful, they're not going to, none of that's going to bother
Their
them.
friend moves away.
Right. You set the tone. You set the tone with a tablescape. So problem solved.
The year with a back to school dinner, and we do a full menu that the kids direct from soup to nuts, and I take on the tables. And so I have a high and I have a low, one with all the bells and whistles, and one that you can probably use your kids' school supply list and put it together.
Okay, so take us through, I guess let's start with the high.
Okay, yeah.
This is all the bells and whistles.
This is
Let's
the
show
fun
this one
stuff.
off first.
Yeah.
What's here? How do we design this on our own?
Okay, so starting with this fabulous school bus tablecloth kind of sets the tone for the table.
This gal she's a sweetheart, right? And you really feel for her because she is so unequipped for what is about to come her way. She has got 4 very young kids, right? And so all it takes to excite them is to set the table like a school bus, and you set the tone. But this gal, when her kids get older, when they become teenagers, none of this crap's going to work, lady. And you're going to have no tools.
Napkin holders.
This is so fun.
They're
Look
so
at
fun.
that.
And if you are on the staff or PTA and you're doing a staff luncheon, that's a great idea because everyone kind of loves that effect.
And you
I
have
mean, she would know. She's a mompreneur after all.
the ruler vase as well.
Yeah, so I got some flowers and I also got my apples and I put them on kebab sticks.
This entire thing is about building a tablescape to set the tone.
For
That's-
one day.
For one day.
Like, okay, here's the thing. I'm a mompreneur.
Okay, I think
I am.
You can own it. I think so.
I am.
I'll agree with it.
So, my dishwasher has a holiday magnet, and I have at least a dozen of them. And for almost every holiday, I have an associated sensory plate that I put in the middle of the table for the kids to play with. And
I
they
always love it.
They still use it. Like, I've been wondering, am I getting closer, right? They're 12, 14, 16. Am I getting closer to not needing to put this out? But no, they love it still.
It's like part decoration, too.
Yeah. And so, they can play with it and stuff. So I do, there is some weight to what she's saying, but it is not going to deliver what she's suggesting it's going to deliver.
An excitement.
Yeah. So now Abby said, I have an idea. And I was like, oh, what's that? Ice cream on the first day of school. And then I thought about it for a second, and Bella starts the day before them. So that's 2 days of ice cream.
Nice.
I was like,
Nice.
that's really clever. But we're just going to do it on Bella's first
That's
day.
not a bad way to go.
Yeah. So there is something to, but it's going to pass that day. Like, it's not a long-standing thing.
I don't know. I guess I expected more. I just expected more from them. And like, so the whole thing's about a tablescape? Like, that's the whole thing?
Right.
It's not even a real word. Okay, one last story. From the Pacific Northwest Flavor Saver, we have an update on the nudie park over in Denny Blaine.
Okay.
Sebastian, this fence behind me here is raising tension. A community group took the city to court over this nude beach. They allege lewd acts out in the open, so a judge ordered the city to find a solution, and just as they raised this barrier, vandalism.
Oh, of course.
To the naked eye, Denny Blaine is a park tucked away in an East Seattle neighborhood.
It's a beautiful park just to hang out, meet people.
A closer look.
People are sitting around jerking off. How is it a beautiful park to meet people?
Right.
Let's get real. Maybe it was 10 years ago, but like, unless you're there to meet people jerking off.
Right.
And you'll see people comfy enough to lay bare.
This is where I come to meditate, come be at peace. As soon as the weather hits over 70 degrees, we come out here and just relax.
Clothes are optional on the other side of the fence. Visitors say they lost green space ever since the fence went up this week. Some surrounding homeowners and others say they've seen too much over the years.
We want to see the park become a friendly place for everyone.
Lee Keller with the community group Denny Blaine for All took the city to court.
This has never been really about nudity for us. This has been about the illegal and illicit and really uncomfortable activities that are full-blown scary. Indecent exposure, masturbation multiple times a day.
This week, a park security guard called...
Some people, they have such energy. Like, who has time and energy to masturbate multiple times a day in a park?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how are you getting anything done?
Right.
Are you, like, taking naps in between? Is it like inspiring to be out there?
That's what I was just wondering. What is
Does it get you going to be out?
Content?
Yeah. Are you right? Right.
Adding to the streak of controversy, a man allegedly living in a tent tore off part of the tarp and threw it in a honey bucket.
It's not even a permanent fence.
Right.
It's see-through. It's easily broken down. It's now being vandalized.
She says it's something the court should keep in mind as it looks at how effective the fence is.
There are 60 days now for the court to take a look and for everybody to observe to see what's happening.
As just a casual observer, I think, and I don't know because I can't speak to it, but somehow the idea and concept of access to a nude beach has become linked to an LGBTQ plus rights issue. And I don't think it's just gay people who like to be nude.
Right.
So I don't see why this is an LGBTQ plus issue at all. In fact, a lot of people that I've ever seen it, like in movies or like in any stereotypical situation where there's nudists, it's always like boomers. Yeah, I've never been to a nudist beach. I would imagine it's all a bunch of straight, overweight, very not tan boomers. That's what I picture. And I don't know why it's linked to like a gay rights issue. The implication is because it's kind of perverted and kinky, it's a gay issue. How did we get there? How did we get to that? It's not. It's a kink issue. It's not an LGBT. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I am. So let me know if you have any insights.
She says it's something the court should keep in mind as it looks at how effective the fence is.
There are 60 days now for the court to take a look and for.
Okay, so Wes says historically the LGBT community used that park for years.
Mm-hmm.
I see. So that's why it's.
Yeah.
But are the people there? I don't know. Like you could have people go over and co-opt it, and I still don't see why nudity is necessarily an LGBTQ thing. So in order for LGBTQ people to be safe, do they have to be nude?
No.
Everybody to observe to see what's happening. At the end of 60 days, we'll meet the city back in the court, and we look forward to a resolution to this.
So it's not over.
Undeterred, it is taboo, but people say the slim part of the beach is part of what makes Seattle feel like home.
This guy walks. You see this guy? He's like a tech bro. Mm-hmm. He's brought a lunch, a beverage. He walks past the fence and looks around and looks a little disappointed nobody's out there.
But people say the slim part of the beach is part of what makes Seattle feel like home.
Yeah, yes. You're having a conversation with somebody, everything's just all out in the open.
I could see why some people might want a fence, but it seems rather limiting. There's only so much space down below.
The fence is fixed. The parking lot here has been full at some points this afternoon. Meanwhile, city attorneys say they're looking to strike a balance between the city's LGBTQ plus community and surrounding residents around this historic place. Live in Seattle, Alex McClune, King 5 News.
So the saga continues, Ange. The saga continues. The fence is an interesting but obviously only temporary solution that's going to get vandalized. They gotta come up with something that I guess appeases everybody. Maybe they should just offer to build fences for the homeowners so they can't see what's going on. I don't know.
Magnolia pointed out that you didn't say LGBTQ the same any of the times. I was noticing that too.
Oh, dang it. Shut up. God. Don't you have something to do?
Collect titles.
Well, I'm just going to make a quick call to my launch. I haven't checked in since yesterday. 774-462-5667. That's it. All right. 774-462-5667. Call now.
Okay, before we get started, I got two here you can pick from. So I think we should only do one for time.
Yeah, we are way over.
Yeah, Host and Stitches or Artichoke Dip goes terribly wrong.
Awkward comment reminds me of a certain faux show that was kind of fun. The artichoke. Oh, is that the one where where they say, well, if you add this, it would be whatever? And
No,
okay.
No, it's a different one. It's good. They're both good.
I don't know which. I mean, you probably have an idea of which one I would.
I don't.
Enjoy.
I mean, you might like the awkward comment one. Let's go with the awkward comment one. Let's do that. Okay, so before we start the show, we're going to do a little outtake from some professional newscasters.
Guys, Merry Christmas in July.
They're doing a remote with one of the reporters.
And I'll see you guys at the Logies on Sunday. Yeah, this is my outfit, by the way. What do you reckon? Red carpet, red coat?
Well, yes.
Pretty
Why
swish.
not?
You're wearing your Ugg boots on your hands. That's progressive.
Yeah, it's my muff. There we go.
Natalia's brought back the muff. It's very practical, the muff.
What are you talking about?
Well, Carl's lost it, Natalia.
It's keeping your hands warm.
Exactly. A whole host of things that you could do with that. All right.
Stop it.
I think we should move on.
Yes.
Coming up, how good, how embarrassing are parents?
She keeps it together, though. If we have time in the outro after the show, we should play the artichoke one because it's pretty good. Okay, chat room, it is time. It is now. You must bang suggest as we go along. Hello, Drew. We're going to do the launch. Very excited. Very excited. And it's time. So, yeah. Mumble Room also is open if anybody wants to get in there. Here we go. In a threes, in a twos. This is the launch, episode 32 for August 19th, 2025. From the beautiful Pacific Northwest and the mighty American West Coast, we greet you all a good morning, good evening, or whenever your timeline may fall, time-appropriate greetings indeed to one and all. This is The Launch, and my name is Chris.
And I'm Angela.
Hello, Andrews. Big show coming up today. Here's a few things everyone needs to know before we get going. We'd love it if you call us. Our phone number is 774-462-5667. That's 774-462-5667. The show is a vibe on Tuesdays. Join us live at jblive.tv, 11:30 a.m. Pacific, 2:30 p.m. Eastern, 7:30 p.m. UTC, jupiterbroadcasting.com/calendar, or in a podcasting TuneIn app of your choice. And then the show's out Wednesday mornings, assuming I remember to publish it. Mumble Room's going as well, and links to what we talk about today will be at weeklylaunch.rocks. Well, Angers, one has to wonder, has the music stopped for you?
Ooh, the day the music died.
Yeah,
right?
That's another
Lyrics
good reference.
And everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've been doing karaoke for over a year now, consistently every week, sometimes 3 times a week. And because my boyfriend is a KJ, a karaoke jockey, and the place that we've been going to is just such a beautiful facility and so nice and so accommodating. We've been building this really good community of decently good singers. Over the last month or so, we've been trying out a couple new karaoke places just to see what it's about in other places. And it just solidified that the place that we've been going is the best, right? And that he's been hosting. Well, last Tuesday, we found out very quickly that was going to be the last week of live music altogether.
What?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Whoa, that's kind of sudden.
No karaoke, no live bands.
Why?
And no notice. Well,
what's the deal with no notice and why the change?
They're claiming cost prohibitive, right? That insurance. So
you guys don't bring in business,
right? No, but we totally do.
Yeah,
that's
of course.
What's crazy.
Yeah.
So the insurance used to be apparently you just insured the bar, right? For live music. But now you have to insure every seat in the house, but the rest of the seats in the house are closed, right? So the bar's only maybe 25% of the seating, maybe less. But now they have to pay for 100% of the seating under this insurance for live music. Yeah, I don't.
That sucks.
That's what they're claiming. I don't know if that's true, but regardless, we have to find a new place. And it's sad, and it's the end of an era, and it's never going to be the same.
Well, and if it's true, wouldn't other venues also be?
So a lot of the other venues are very small. They're very small.
I see. One of the advantages, this was a larger venue.
Yeah.
Bummer.
Yep.
Why the short notice though? Didn't they know about this?
Right. Yeah.
That's the only thing that makes it a little sus.
Skeptical, and just skeptical.
Yeah.
There's got to be more to this. So we'll have to see.
So you're searching for a place?
Yeah, we think we found one within less than, not even, I don't know, within walking distance.
No way, really?
Yeah.
That's crazy great.
It's kind of more of a dive.
Yeah.
So, you know,
it
but
can be okay.
But we can make the experience good.
Is the food okay?
It's Thai food.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we're going from American.
You're going to have to learn some
food.
Thai dishes.
I know. Well, they have wontons. Not crab rangoon.
Yeah.
There's no crab in it, but
Right.
basically crab rangoon without crab.
I think we should get the kids eating Thai food. So maybe get Abby started.
I think we could get Dylan started before Abby, but
Oh, yeah, probably.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then in other news,
Yeah. You got a thumb update for us?
Yeah.
Last week you told us about a thumb injury.
Thumbs up. Yeah, I have nerve damage from Gypsy biting me when I tried to get her off the new kitten.
Right.
And I've been using my thumb too much. Like I took Monday off of work after it happened so that I wouldn't use it.
Mm-hmm.
And then since then I've just kind of like been using it, and I definitely, it was trying to reconnect. The feeling was coming back, and then I stretched it out. I used it too much, and I injured it this morning cleaning out my car. So so I went and got a brace. But the brace, despite the material saying that it's not rubber, natural rubber, it smells like natural rubber, and it's making my throat itch, and I'm allergic. I think I'm allergic to it, but it is immobilizing my thumb. So yeah, it sucks.
There's ways to do it with cloth and wrap it too.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I need to. Yeah, maybe I'll try Coban instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, or I'll
If that ends up being a problem.
I might hit this Rite Aid and see what they have. This is just what the CVS, formerly Bartell's by my house, had. But I hate it. I hate the smell of it, and I hate it not being able to be used. But that's the whole point.
Well, that's a big thing.
Wearing my watch on the wrong hand.
Driving's got
all
to
out
be
of
weird.
sorts.
Driving's got to be super
Driving
weird.
was fine.
Really, with that brace?
Yeah.
Well, at least you're not shifting. I suppose if you were shifting.
I wasn't using.
Oh
that.
yeah, it's not that hand, right?
Yeah,
right.
I wasn't using that
Mhm,
hand.
mhm. That's good.
So.
That helps. Yeah. All right. Let us know. What is a night out for you? What does that look like? Is it karaoke? Is it playing video games at home? Is it going out and getting crazy? Is
hiking?
Ooh, that would be healthy.
Mhm.
That would be healthy. All right, Andrews, let us know. Boost in and tell us, because we'd love to hear your version of a night out. I'm trying to think if I have one. I think mine's watching TV that the kids don't complain about what I'm watching. That's my version of a night out. Okay, Andrews, I got a big idea for you.
Yes.
Are you ready? I've been teasing this all morning. I think it's time for the launch to make a big pivot. I've been noticing a trend since COVID that I think we could capitalize. It's only growing. And I'm wondering if you've noticed it too.
Well, many of us have pulled out our mixers and sourdough starters during COVID.
Yes, it has been the year of bread baking and cooking making. And through it all, some Minnesota bakers have seen more than bread rising. WCCO's Jason DeRusha takes us into their home kitchens, seen by growing audiences around the world.
That's right, Andrews. It's the rise of the cooking influencer. And I think we have seen this space get dominated in the tiny videos, like on TikTok and YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not seeing anybody dominate the podcast space. So we have an opportunity. We could pivot the launch into the lunch, and have already come up with our intro.
The lunch is now the lunch. I hope you're hungry. Just tweak the logo that's budget friendly. Oh, budget. Oh, budget friendly. We all gotta eat, so here's our brand new show.
Maybe it's all fake, you won't know since there's no video.
Ooh, you won't know, we could fake the whole show.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Does drinking count as cooking?
We sure hope so.
Huh? What do you think? Ready
That's
to go?
funny. That's funny.
I think we just got to consider it. I'll put it out there to the audience. You guys let us know if you think we should pivot into the lunch and just embrace it.
Yeah.
We replace the rocket with a hot dog. Good to go. There's even an emoji for it.
Nice. Brats to the front of the line.
I'm a man without a browser home these days. I mean, I kind of make it work with Firefox. That's what I got going here. Is Firefox still your main browser?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I use 3 at all times.
Yeah,
I use Safari and Chrome as well.
Yeah. Well, I use Chrome and Firefox these days mostly, so I'm using 2. Every now and then I slip in a little Brave or something else. But I'm not thrilled with the state of the browser ecosystem. So one problem is almost all the browsers out there, except for Firefox or Safari, are based on Chrome. And there's a lot of them. Edge, right, Brave, the list goes on and on. And so we've really suffered in browser diversity. Firefox is probably the best last stand we have in forcing web developers and the creators of the standards to create things that are cross-platform, cross-browser. So Firefox is sort of, it's the last standing champion of making websites that work on something besides Chromium. And the fight is slipping over there. Global platforms, if you include like all devices, including mobile devices, which browse the web, and you look around the world, Firefox's user share of the worldwide browser market share is about 2.4 to about 2.6% of browsers. Not great. If you focus on just the desktop, it gets a little better. It's 6.4% around the world on the desktop. But Chrome, not too long ago, made a change with their browser manifest support. And they dropped support for a bunch of extensions that I use, some good ad blocking extensions.
Oh.
I don't like the direction Google takes Chrome. It's really becoming its own. It's slowly going in sort of in shitified direction. So I try to run Firefox in part because I like the browser. It's improved over the last couple of years, and because I want to represent this vote for cross-browser compatibility. But Mozilla's a bit all over the place. They're not doing great. Firefox doesn't seem to be their primary focus. So I haven't been enthusiastically embracing Firefox. I've been using it because it's not Chrome. Mm-hmm. And I see it slipping. I feel like there needs to be, a better competitor, something that comes along. But everything new that comes along is Chrome based, and I was starting to feel pretty crappy about it all until Zen arrived. Yes, Andrews, the Zen browser. The gateway to a calmer internet. Designed with a focus on beauty, privacy, and features, not data tracking. Yeah, so the Zen browser's been around for a minute, but it's really getting to a pretty usable place. And it is built on Firefox.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So you're using the Firefox engine, you're putting the vote out there for the standards, and it's open source, and it also happens to work with Firefox extensions.
That's nice.
Very nice. It has a very different UI. You might Google this. Look up Zen browser there. I should have put a link in the show notes, but look up Zen browser. Okay. It's a very minimal UI. They call it a clutter-free interface, and it utilizes a very clever vertical tabs approach, which has never really worked for me in the past.
Oh, interesting. So I have a vertical dock.
You've already kind of gone to this workflow.
Not for my browser, but for my
the dock.
OS. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So and I do think it kind of makes sense these days to put more and more stuff on the side there as we have less and less horizontal space. Yeah.
Yep. I have a wide monitor, so I run out of space often.
Same
vertically.
And so this is
you
nice.
have a monitor that's literally turned vertical.
I do have a couple of those too. But it also has different workspaces, so I could have home stuff, personal stuff, individual show stuff, work stuff. That's just built in, and they do a really good job of making it clear what group you're working in.
Mm-hmm.
They have a split view, so you can, in one window, have two browser windows,
yep.
which is really neat when you're taking notes.
Yeah.
And then you can have a minimal UI mode where all the toolbars and everything go away, and it's just the browser in the frame.
Mm-hmm. That's
really nice.
Mm-hmm.
But then they seem to have done something to turn up the performance. So like web pages load faster, it scrolls smoother. Not that I really have a complaint with Firefox, but I noticed a little bit faster, a little bit nicer in Zen. And they're really open about their development process and to the community, and they're rapidly developing this thing. So I've been very impressed. I've only been using it for a couple of days, but the fact that I could import my Firefox, either my Firefox extensions and browser history either manually, or the gosh darn thing supports Mozilla Sync, and it'll just sync down all of your Firefox profile stuff, and it'll work if you use that. It is a different workflow because, like, when you go to open up a URL, it opens up almost like a launcher, and you type it in there, and there's just little things that it takes, I would say, probably 4 or 5 days to transition to using this, and I'm 2.5 days into it, so I'm still transitioning. But man, when you combine it with, for me, a tiling desktop, it's really neat. It's a very good browser for that environment. I was very impressed with Zen, and here's kind of how I summarize it up. If you're a Firefox user, it's a really heavily modified version of Firefox that tracks a little bit less usage data. Well, it doesn't track usage data. Really privacy first. But you're getting that same core engine, so you get anything like Firefox does there security-wise. You're getting extension compatibility. Then you're also getting modern features like workspaces, the really nice interface, sort of like a premium Firefox. If you're a Chrome user, well, it's nice to try something that isn't Chromium-based. It's a genuine alternative to the Chrome domination that's happening. And it's way more private than Chrome is out of the box. And the user experience in Zen is more about organization and focus and productivity features like split view or glances that let you sort of quickly look at a web page. Chrome doesn't have any of that stuff. And so Zen sort of offers I think maybe a better workflow. But I don't think it's for everyone because there are a lot of changes. It's probably, and I think Zen's sort of targeting this audience, is for more technical people or people that use a lot of tabs and want to be able to group things into different like areas of their life and sort of section off this area from that area, like work and personal. Then I think it's really great for that kind of stuff. I was first like half hour with it. I was just spending that half hour figuring out how to use it. I mean, it's that big of a change. Mm-hmm. But now, like, I'm using it all the time, and the other browsers just sort of feel like old. Like the whole tabs along the top and the URL bar along the top, they all take up so much space. Mm-hmm. And we've been doing it that way since the 90s. Mm-hmm. And Zen comes in, sort of shakes it all up. And it's based on an idea that started over on the Mac platform called the Arc browser, which innovated a lot of these things. Mm-hmm. Only available, I think, for Mac at first and maybe for Windows, and not open source. So then Zen comes along and says, well, we're going to release it for Mac, Windows, and Linux, and we're going to base it on open source, and we're going to have all these goals. And yeah, I really like it. So in summary, I'd say give Zen a try. Maybe make it a second browser or third browser for whatever like you do that's dedicated. So if you have a browser dedicated to YouTube or a browser dedicated to Gmail or whatever, try it in Zen. It'll look amazing in Zen because you can have it just fill up the whole frame and then kind of start using it from there.
And it's not available for Android.
No, they don't have a mobile version. But because it does sync with Firefox, you could run Firefox on your mobile device and still sync your bookmarks to Zen. Mm-hmm. It's kind of a workaround. Mm-hmm. I don't think they have any plans either to support mobile. They're really focused right now, but I think if the project were to grow, at some point they probably would. But I think if you're up for a new browser and you want to continue to support cross-platform standards, give Zen a try. Boostin, let me know how it went.
Now's the time. It's the song of the week. Remember, you can boost the track. They sure like that.
All right. Our music this week, it's from an artist I've never heard of before, and I'm glad I came across it. The 54 Plates. How about that for an artist name? And it's their track, River.
And now, on with the show.
We got a whole batch of voicemails.
We have a show's worth of voicemails.
We do. We should have started this a while ago.
Standing by 774-462-5667.
That's the line.
All right, our first call is from Anonymous.
Oh.
And they start us off.
Hey, Chris and Angela, how you doing? I'm sorry if my audio wasn't that great, but it was all over the internet. Basically, that Chris was just kind of having a meltdown about wanting to shut the show down. And I've been listening for years, and he just said you needed to get more calls or he's going to shut it down. It was pretty dire, I guess.
True.
So
it's true.
I just wanted to call and be part of something that maybe keeps it going. To be honest with you, I've been listening a long time, and I still haven't got over the end of Beer is Tasty.
Oh my goodness.
Remember those fondly. But anyway, so keep it going. I think Angela and you are awesome on the show, and Angela's sort of like the sparkling breath of fresh air on Jupiter. All right, thank you very much, and have a great day.
Well, thank you, sir.
That's really nice.
I mean, I think our pivot to the lunch could save the show. We'll see. Ange hasn't signed off, but I think I think I'm winning her over. We'll see. I think we got some good calls this week, so the show lives another week. Mr. Adversaries 17 calls in. Take it away, Adversaries.
Hey, Chris and Angela. It's Adversary 17, now married. Just checking in with the launch. It's been a while. I just wanted to share that Steve Gibson of the Security Now podcast did a whole age verification discussion about how to do it safely. Not exactly the technical bits, but more of the theory, called Zero Knowledge Proofs, in episode 1034. Maybe something you want to look into, but I think the bigger problem is parents just don't take responsibility for doing that kind of stuff, like making sure the kids are properly able to look at what they should be. And I work in youth a little bit, and I'm starting to see a trend of parents are starting to be more intentional with their kids. Whereas if these lawmakers turn it all into law that the tech companies have to, quote unquote, parent these kids, then it's going to continue to make that trend to go the other direction, in that the tech companies will be parenting, whereas the parents will be having less responsibility. Just something to think about.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. One less thing to think about, I suppose, good or bad. Yeah, one more role that they don't have to take on, which I don't actually think is good. Thank you, Adversaries. Nice to hear from you. Mark from Michigan called in.
Hey, Chris and Angela. Mark calling again from northern Michigan. Just listened to the show on my drive back home, my 3.5-hour commute home from work.
Yeah, boy.
Anyhow, the issue you're having with the water and the filter might be able to help you with two things. My wife and I lived a full year in our RV on our northern Michigan property while our house was being built. A key thing there is, of course, insulation. Skirt your RV with some thick pink foam, kind of secure it. Then you can run your water line in there, have your filter system underneath the RV, and put a little small milk house heater to keep that space nice and not toasty warm, but warm enough to not to freeze, and then you can keep your filter going. That's my thought. Have a great show and a great week, and I'm glad you guys have it canceled. Thanks.
Thanks, Mark. I've been thinking this could be the year to skirt.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm worried about attracting critters.
Oh.
Yeah, you can't go anywhere. But we don't tend to go on many trips. Once winter really sets in after November, we don't tend to really go
Would
anywhere.
it be a detachable skirt?
Yeah, you'd want to.
Yeah.
You could even just cut foam to the right height and kind of really wedge it in there. But we get some wind up there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wonder. I've worried about skirts attracting critters because you create this little warm space. But the thermal improvements for the RV are obvious because the floor is off the ground. And so all of that air flowing through there is stealing heat away from the RV.
Sure.
So it does make a big difference. Thanks, Mark. Now, how about this, Ange? We got a call from an Aussie listener.
Ooh.
G'day, team. It's Retro Geek here from sunny Western Australia. I thought I'd give you a quick call. Been listening to all the JB podcasts for a while. Loving the content. Love the launch. Keep up the great work. Don't really have anything to add. Just thought I'd do a quick call in. Good on you guys. Catch you later.
I love it.
Nice.
But it turns out he did have something to add.
Oh.
G'day, JB team. It's Retro Gear here again from sunny Western Australia. I just remembered a funny story about camping when I was a young fella. I used to be in the Navy Cadets here in WA, and we used to once a year have a week-long camp where cadets would come from all over the state. You got to choose a course that you got to do, so you could be like marine technician or adventure training, or you could do ceremonial or something like that. In this particular year, I'd selected adventure training, and they had us all set up on a big oval on a Navy base here in WA on Garden Island, HMAS Stirling, and had to set up these big tents for us to camp in. And the first night, we're all set up in there thinking this is great. And about 4 o'clock in the morning, there's screams going on. Everyone waking up, running out of the tents, wondering what's going on. And what they'd done is set these tents up on top of the reticulation on the oval, and no one had turned it off. So inside a couple of the tents, the retic could come on and just doused everyone down. It was hilarious. Suffice to say, they fixed it for the second, third, and remaining nights, but it was funny, and camping is a very whole lot to remember. Anyway, good on you guys. That'll give you an idea of what episode I'm up to as well. Just about caught up with the launch and just listening to your latest luck right now, 2 a.m. rescue. So good stuff. Good on you guys. Cheers. Catch you.
Thank you, and cheers to you. Hope you call back soon. Now, Faraday Fedora also had a sort of a similar, we were talking about UFO stories and light sightings. Mm-hmm. Faraday called in with one. Take it away, Mr. Fedora.
Hey, JB crew. It's Faraday Fedora again. I have a UFO story for you guys, and it's a little bit in the same line of the 3 dots. My wife worked at the local hospital here for quite some time, and she was bringing up a story that she had heard from the older nurses of constant UFO sightings that had gone on at the same hospital over the years. And it's touched to the point where the Canadian Mint printed something for it. And then while telling this story, my mom starts breaking out laughing. She then tells us that growing up, they lived on the property next door to the hospital, and over the last teen years when they were kids, they used to set off Chinese flying lanterns a few times a year, and that was the sightings. It's been a little family secret for the last 30 years or so.
So funny.
That's it. I'll talk to you guys later.
I should do that. What a fun family tradition.
Yeah.
Punk everybody, make them think it's UFOs. That's great. Thanks, Faraday. Tech Geek from Florida called in. Take it away, Tech Geek.
Hey, launch team. This is Tech Geek from Orlando, Florida. Just sitting here. I just arrived at work here at NASA KSC at the Launch Control Center, about to head into work. Just finished up episode 30, a little bit behind. I guess this is conversation about T-shirts and branding and such. I can tell you the only brand T-shirt that I have, or I should say shirt, is a Red Hat polo that I wear to work from time to time. But pretty much the entire, inventory of shirts that I have, apparel that I have, are all T-shirts for the most part. And none of them really have any branding except for pretty much genre. A lot of sci-fi film. I got a lot of Star Trek T-shirts.
Yep.
Quite a few NASA T-shirts and some film T-shirts that I actually like to buy from not a sponsor, not a promoter, but I love the site Last Exit to Nowhere. They have a lot of cool film T-shirts. But yeah, I've never been a fan of wearing any kind of branding shirts per se, like Adidas or Nike or whatever. But anyway, and also as far as the story about UFOs and other strange sightings, I can tell you probably about 30 years ago, it was probably about 30 years ago, I was driving in the evening and I saw a red globe-like object in the distance falling, but then immediately stop and shoot straight back up.
What?
Ooh.
Strangest thing I've ever seen.
Huh.
Pretty odd.
Yeah.
And I'll just have to call back later for our ghost story.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So I hope you guys take care.
Thank you. Do call back. That's a weird one. I was going to say like meteor or rock or something.
Right. Not. Yeah. Wait.
It goes
That
back
is
up.
so weird.
All right. A guy named Ryan calls in with his lucky 13th call.
Hello there, JB Launch Crew. This is a guy named Ryan. Long time, 13th time. Lucky number 13, because I hear, Chris, I love the idea of the lunch instead of the launch.
Thank you.
Amazing. Topic suggestion, what's your favorite sandwich spread? Mine has got to be spicy brown mustard. Just delicious on just about any, meat-based sandwich. Throw a little cheese in there, and I am good to go. Anyway, can't wait to hear more from the Lunch Bunch going forward. Let's go lunch.
Let's go lunch.
The Lunch Bunch.
When did he place that?
They're in sync with us. They are in sync with us.
Wow.
I think, they sense the pivot coming.
Okay, well, let's answer his very important question.
Meat-based sandwich, too, is a hilarious one.
It is. I know. It's making me hungry, though. My favorite, what did he say? He didn't say condiment. Spread?
Yeah.
Sandwich spread?
Yeah.
Cream cheese.
Oh, sure. Can really kick it up.
Cream cheese on everything.
Yeah.
Cream cheese and cheese and cheese.
My favorite is homemade mayo. I'm not a huge mayo on a sandwich guy as atypically would be, but homemade mayo doesn't creep me out as much as regular mayo. So I like the homemade mayo. Little eggs, little oil, little mustard seed. It's not a big deal. Crashmaster calls in.
Hi, Chris and Angela. This is Crashmaster from Connecticut. Boy, am I excited for the new show. Here's a recipe for you. Shepherd's pie.
Yeah?
Yes.
Now, it seems simple, I know, and it's an American standard, right? And really, it's an Irish standard.
There better be cheese on it.
If you want to really simplify things, so you want a nice, quick way to do it, here's what I do.
Okay.
You still brown the ground beef in a saucepan, and I like to do it with a little bit of salt and pepper and some olive oil, believe it or not. It gives it a nice richness. Let it brown, and then add creamed corn.
Wow.
Just creamed corn. 2 cans of creamed corn. One of those standard, 16-ounce cans of creamed corn. It's got to be like a pound of ground beef, and you don't want the healthy for you stuff. You really want the 80, no more than 80%.
Yeah.
You want 20% fat.
Right.
The fat is what gives it the flavor.
You want the fat.
And whatever you do not strain the ground beef.
Of course not.
So you want to get this nice, heavy mixture, and then you can add a little bit of breadcrumbs to that mixture. Just a little bit, like 4 or 5 tablespoons, not too much.
Don't go crazy.
This will give it a nice, flavorful consistency. And then you take that and you put it into a sprayed 9x12 baking pan. Once it's all browned and everything kind of mixed up really good. And then while that's going, hopefully, I forgot to tell you this is very first step, sorry,
Yeah.
prepared. You really want to be boiling water because you want to take some russet potatoes.
Sure.
And carve them up after you peel them. Carve them up and dice them into.
Uh-oh. We're going to have to extend the voicemail runtime for recipes, I guess, right? I mean, if we're going to be taking recipes, I would assume.
How are we supposed to do recordings at 1 minute recording limits? How are we supposed to do recipes? It's ridiculous. Anyway, as I was saying,
russet potatoes.
Let it boil for 30 minutes. Okay, eat them really soft.
And then make.
And then you throw them into a nice mixer. It can't be a cheap mixer. It's got to be like one of these KitchenAid blenders.
Okay.
Oh.
Throw it all in there. And how many potatoes, Kevin? Well, Crashmaster, how many potatoes?
Yeah.
I do a full 5-pound bag.
All right.
But you don't
That's
have
a lot.
to. You could get away with 3.5 pounds.
Feeding the town.
Save the extra for using other side dishes, right? So put it all into the blender. Throw in two. Don't do cheap. You got to throw in 2 sticks of butter.
Yes.
Oh.
And then as you're mixing this on high in that blender, you want to keep adding some whole milk or cream, either one. Cream is preferred if you can. And you really want the potatoes to be like a frosting-like consistency, almost like a whipped frosting consistency. Put that on top. Once it's got the right consistency, it's probably a little cool because you added a lot of cream.
Yeah.
So go ahead and spread that on top evenly over the rest of your meat mixture, right? And then layer a little bit more breadcrumbs over the top, a little paprika, and throw it in the oven. I like to do 450 for 20 minutes. You can also do 350 for 30 minutes, and then you're done. You should be a brown top. You don't need to cover it at all.
Oh, yeah.
It should be fantastic. Have a great day, guys.
Thanks, Crashmaster.
No cheese, though.
I know. I think it needs more cheese.
Yeah.
What we'll do is
And green onions.
when the pivot's complete, we'll bring Crash on as a special guest.
Absolutely.
For the lunch.
The launch is now the lunch. I hope you're hungry. Just tweak the logo. That's budget friendly.
A budget friendly.
We all gotta eat. So
All right.
here's our brand new show.
We did get a caller calling in about the non-standard holiday traditions.
Ooh, okay.
Hi, Chris and Ange. I'm just calling about the non-standard holidays. I mean, for some people it might be a standard one, but it's not very well known. I enjoy Shrove Tuesday, which is, I guess it's more of a religious one, as like pre-Lent season before Easter, but I just like it because it's also called Pancake Tuesday, so we just cook and eat pancakes.
Heck yeah.
Nice.
Thanks for the great show, guys. Bye.
I want to do Pancake Tuesday.
Right?
I should just come up with the excuse to do Pancake Tuesday. We also got a call from a long-time listener in Ireland.
Lunch show, Silas calling from Ireland. I've listened to you guys since London was host on the Linux Action show.
Hey!
So the network is very, very dear to me. It's a very integral part of my day, so I'm plumb concerned about this talk about cancelling the launch. It's no good, guys. What you got to do is pivot this. Pivot it into a cooking show. You have this right there in the name. Launch is practically lunch. And as a former chef, let me tell you, the intersection between food and technology, I mean, it's right there for the taking. It's brilliant. It'll be great. And secondly, Chris, please call Mike. Please call him. Figure something out. You two need a new show. It's podcasting gold when you two are together. You could present the weather for all I care, but we all listen to you. So please just make it happen. And thank you for the last 15, 16 years. You've all done a great job, and I'm so happy to listen to every
Wow.
week.
16 years. Wow, thank you.
Okay, so
This is a great idea. We should bring Mike on as a guest to the new cooking show.
Launch.
Uh-huh.
The A's in the wrong place.
Yeah, it's
it
lunch.
goes before the L.
Yeah.
A lunch.
A lunch. It's the A lunch show. I know. I think we really got something here. Now, following up from last week, you might remember, Open Source Accountant took me to task. He calls up with some follow-up.
Hey, Chris and Angela. Derek, the Open Source Accountant, again. Couple quick points to clarify my position on the last call. I would actually prefer seeing everything moving towards the Fountain platform, if that's an option. I would love to see the energy expended towards getting off of Memberful if it's not fulfilling your needs. And if Fountain is, I think that's a much better option. I also think Twib deserves its own subscription. So I don't think that what you're doing is a bad thing. I just think that I was just kind of asking if everything else was moving that way, if possible, because I'm pretty excited about it. That said, turning this into a cooking show would be awesome. You should do an egg white and mayo on lightly toasted sourdough as your first option. Have a great day.
There we go. Thank you, Open Source Accountant. Appreciate the follow-up and the encouragement and the cooking tip. Everybody's pretty much on board, well, except for our last caller.
Chris.
Oh.
Okay. Last show I called. I poured out my heart. I beseeched of you to not destroy the launch, to not kill the launch. And you didn't. You didn't kill the launch. But instead what you did, you might as well have hopped in the Jeeps, driven diagonally across the United States all the way to Mississippi, knocked on my front door, slapped me in the face, and driven away. A cooking show? You're turning it into a cooking show? Last week I was sad. This week, I'm not even mad. I'm just disappointed.
Oh.
A cooking show. Jesus Christ.
Hey, we all got to eat.
Yeah,
we all got to eat.
Everybody eats.
See, I think your calls, well, except for that call. Now, see, I was making so much progress with Ange, and now we've been set back. Thank you, everybody who calls us. We would love it if you left us a voicemail. Just a reminder, that phone number, because we want to hear from you, is 774-462-5667. And let's wrap it up with some boosts.
And now it is time for Le Boost.
And Adversary 17 is our baller booster. And 17 writes, I'm fully convinced that cats are just evil and there's nothing you can do about it, Andrews. Good luck. I think you might be right. He says, adding to the age verification conversation, 2 minutes wasn't enough, I guess, on his voicemail. One problem with PGP would be that I can give anyone my secret key. That's true. So I would have verified as an adult, what's stopping my children from using my key.
Right? Just like they use my Netflix profile.
Yeah. He says, I think we're headed to a Ready Player One Minority Report world where you're tracked and everything you do is under surveillance.
Yep.
Not a fan of it.
Nope.
But I think it's inevitable. Yeah, I think what I've realized is if the technology allows it, somebody eventually will try it. I mean, look at these license plate readers, which are now adding in AI detection to find events and automatically alert police. The flock cameras are. So that's great. That's great. He says, someone more knowledgeable than me, please correct me, but I'm pretty sure that you only need to pump the average household septic system every 3 years, unless there isn't a drain field. Yeah, it's only like an 8-foot deep tank, no drain. I know. I said, tried calling again, but I got a busy tone. I wonder, you might only be able to call a couple of times. I don't know how that works because there's like a DDoS prevention. I don't know when it kicks in because
Yeah.
You never know. But thank you, Adversaries. Thank you for being our baller. It's always nice to hear from you. Always enjoying diving into topics.
Right then, let's get ourselves settled in for a wee deep dive.
Appreciate the calls and the boost. Galactic Starfish is here with 2,000 sats.
Coming in hot with the boost.
The Navy Federal Credit Union still has voice login.
Wow.
A friend of mine logged in near me, and I was concerned well before I heard Altman say anything about it. No kidding. Yeah, I figured they must still be out there. But I thought maybe it was with the fancier, higher-end banks for some reason. I don't know why I thought that. Maybe it's credit unions. Not that they're not fancy. Thanks for the report from the ground, Galactic Starfish. The Dude Abides is here with 10,000 sats.
It's over 9,000!
Just says, please don't cancel the show. It's under consideration, the dude. Thank you for your boost. Your signal has been received.
Yes.
Appreciate that. Mr. Turd Ferguson's here with 12,000 sats.
Turd Ferguson!
I don't know if this is a weird holiday, but the wife and I always have a second Thanksgiving.
Oh.
Just the two of us with everything made the way we like it, incorporating the best of the leftovers.
Right.
That's a good way to go. We've done that sometimes.
Yes.
That's a good way to go.
Yep.
Yeah, and sometimes like you go to family events and maybe that family isn't the best at cooking. Yep. Plus, you sometimes have enough leftovers to eat for days. It's wonderful. Thank you, Turd. Appreciate the boost. Thank you, everybody who boosted the lunch. We really appreciate it. We had 7 of you stream sats as you listened, and y'all collectively stacked 6,075 sats for us. Thank you very much. When you combine that with our boosters, this episode stacked 65,148 sats. If you'd like to boost, Fountain FM makes it real easy. There's lots of ways to do the self-hosted route as well. Go get a Podcasting 2.0 app at newpodcastapps.com and support the show with a boost or a membership. And if you're a Jupiter Party member, you get the extra bootleg version of the show, which is clocking in at a big, mighty hour and 26 minutes right now. Holy! All right. I know we're running long, but we got to talk about this. It's crazy. So this is a quick story. A blind man can see once again because up in Canada, they installed a camera in his tooth. In his tooth. Can you believe this? So I don't know if he has to walk around smiling all the time or not. They don't get to that. But here, I'll play a little bit of it for you.
A Canadian man who was blind for more than 2 decades can now see through his tooth. Yes, you heard that right. Brent Chapman is one of 3 people in Canada to undergo tooth-in-eye surgery. The 2-part surgery involves removing a patient's tooth, inserting a plastic lens into it, then stitching the whole thing into the patient's eye socket. Ooh. So why a tooth? Because they consist of the hardest substances humans produce, making them the ideal casing to bridge the lens.
To watch them come back into the world is it's an incredibly rewarding feeling.
When Dr. Maloney and I made eye contact, we both just burst into tears. And
so he's got a big black spot there on one of his canines where the camera's at. It's a little weird, but I mean...
Okay, so it's not... They didn't put the tooth in his eyeball? Because that's what I was understanding.
Oh, maybe they took the tooth from there. I couldn't...
they took out the tooth, and it sounds like they put it in the eyeball.
Yeah, okay, that would make more sense, because, So he's just missing a tooth
So
now.
he just can't see when he's chewing?
That's what I was wondering. That's what I was wondering. I tell you what. No. I was like, how does this work? Like, what is brushing your teeth like?
This is so incredible, because I wonder if people that have never seen, like, if this is a possibility.
Yeah.
Because, wow.
I know.
I would never want to be blind. Like, that, what...
I know.
I mean, I'd make the best of it, but still.
You really got to respect people that just get through life and make it work. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have a quiz for you on this next one, Andrews. Is this real or was this a stunt?
Okay.
Her name is Katie Santry, and she found something in her backyard, and when she discovered it, it made her go viral on TikTok. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of this, you'll determine if it's real or if it's fake.
Fact or crap?
All right, this is a story that is definitely trending today. An Ohio woman has gone viral on TikTok after a disturbing discovery that she made in her yard. Tonight, Avery Fitzgerald with our Ohio sister station is breaking down the saga of the lady and a rug.
I think my house is haunted and I'm freaking out. Like, I'm literally shaking.
It all started with this video posted to TikTok. Columbus mom Katie Santry says she woke up one morning and noticed something was off.
I'm down this morning to work. The screen shattered. This stuff down here. This hanging off.
Santry says she was spooked.
We close these doors so the dogs don't come in here at night. No one is in this room.
She had recently started digging holes in her yard to install a fence. As she and her husband went digging the other day, they noticed something unusual.
Back here, we dug a hole. There is a rolled up carpet buried underground that we came across as we were digging this hole.
From there, the internet started to spiral.
I jokingly on TikTok said maybe the body in the rug is a ghost and broke my computer.
As tens of thousands of people all over the world became invested in Santry's story, she started to take a closer look.
Okay, so a tree was planted above the rug, and it is called a blood good because this was in the hole.
Santry wanted to fill the hole and move on, but TikTok users said more needed to be done.
I was just going to leave it, and then TikTok was like, you need to dig it up, you need to call the police, so I did. And then when they first came out, they really thought nothing of it.
This video taken just 3 days ago.
We need the excavator out here to get that.
Cops.
Most likely. Potentially, yeah.
When nothing happened with police, Santry made some plans of her own to get to the bottom of it.
My friends and I were going to dig this rug up today out of curiosity.
But today, she got a call from police saying they were coming back, this time with canines.
I thought there was maybe like a 0.005% chance that anything was going to happen.
She decided to stream some of it live on TikTok, and more than 100,000 users tuned in as she watched the canine sniff through her yard.
Oh my God.
Santry instantly knew what that signal from the canine could mean.
When they sit, that means something though, right?
Usually.
A second canine also sat in the same spot. At this time, it's still unclear what they may discover underground.
They said that there's still a chance that this rug just could have blood on it. It doesn't necessarily mean there is a body in my backyard.
But for now, it's a waiting game as the investigation continues.
Yeah, I don't know. This is the last thing I was anticipating.
I don't understand what the heck is going on here.
All right, Andrews, what do you think? Real or fake?
Well, I mean, there's definitely a rug under there, but like, I don't know. I am interested to know what they find.
So she bought the house recently when those videos were shot. The owners previously were in their 90s and had moved into a nursing home, and they'd lived there for a long time.
Did
the
they,
only
though?
owners. Yeah, the only owners. Or did they? Did they leave? Yeah. A nearby neighbor who's lived in their home for 20 years told the TV station that the attention has been disturbing and alarming, saying, quote, "This is the loudest it's been in a long time."
Oh, my gosh.
Hopefully they find what they're looking for and we can get back to life as normal, quiet and peaceful.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a neighbor. All right, so here's a couple of stats. When she started talking about this rug in her backyard, this was in 2024. She had 6,000 followers.
Mm-hmm.
Today, she has 2.1 million followers.
That's crazy.
Those videos about this rug in the backyard got over tens of millions of views. And then she quickly pivoted into like a mommy vlogger, and then she got pregnant, and then she did like the reveal on TikTok, and then now the birth is on TikTok. And
we're in the wrong business.
I know. I know. But those videos are still some of the most popular.
Mm-hmm.
They blew up her channel on TikTok or whatever you call it.
Crazy.
And I watch it, and I think all it is I think it was an old couple that lived there.
Mm-hmm.
They probably had a pet. That pet probably died. They probably rolled it in a rug and buried it in the backyard. That's a pretty common thing people do.
Mm.
And then she comes along, and she finds a rug in the backyard and manages to make a TikTok career out of it. But to do so, she has to abuse the cops' time. She has to harass the neighborhood.
Yep.
I don't know. I think it's fake, but I could be wrong.
I don't know. I would just bury the pet. I wouldn't roll it in a rug.
Yeah, maybe not. I don't know. All right. That's my guess, though. Boost and tell us what you think. If you think it's legit or not. Could be a pet. Could have been nothing. Seemed a little odd to me. I don't know. Put a link in the show notes if you want to watch it yourself. Also, I have a link in there to the world's oldest chicken.
Oh.
Still kicking. 14 years old.
Still kicking. Oh.
That chicken's
really?
still kicking.
That's pretty. What's the average lifespan?
I don't think it's 14.
You don't.
I don't know. I didn't look it up. All right.
And that's the show.
Yeah. Weeklylaunch.rocks for the episode. Links and all of that. Also, the phone number's there, ways to boost in. And, of course, we'd love it if you join us next Tuesday or catch it in your podcast app Wednesday morning when it releases. We'd love it if you did that. From the beautiful Pacific Northwest and the mighty American West Coast, thank you for listening to this episode of The Launch, and we'll see you right back here next week. Thank you, Drew. Appreciate you. All right, we got to title this thing.
All right, 5 to 10 years is the average.
Really?
Chicken lifespan. Yeah.
5 to 10 years. Huh? That is nothing. Okay, I want to play the holiday artichoke dip goes wrong.
Oh,
and then we got to pick
yeah.
our titles.
Yeah, let's hear it.
So, chat room, you got to work on the titles while we play an entertaining clip for you. All right? So this is what I love about this clip is the gal that's supposed to be presenting is having a bad day. And she still has to do the segment. She's not having it. The dish didn't turn out. She's a little burned
I've seen
out.
This one.
Oh, you have?
Yes.
I love her attitude in this. So I'm going to play this for you now while you all come up with a great title.
Throughout the week, we've been sharing our holiday treats. Leslie on tap this morning.
Yeah, it's not supposed to look like that.
There's a whole story here. So what is this?
Okay, so this, it's like I didn't want to bake it. I've been busy, so I didn't want to make anything, but my family was all freaking out. Okay, this is what I wanted to do. This was plan A. This is my favorite Christmas thing.
Well, then,
Oh, here's the Safeway wrapper.
oh, thank you.
It's Christmas cake.
Fruitcake, yeah.
Okay,
From
but
Safeway.
you wanted to make some of that.
I love that.
So this is bought.
Serious. Well, I made it and then Safeway packaged it for me.
Right. Okay.
So that's really my favorite.
Okay, so that's what you want to do.
But
Let's
my
talk about
family's
that.
all
What is that?
freaking out because you need to make something. Everybody's making something. So they all got together and they sent me this recipe, and I'm going to make you guys try it. So this is artichoke dip. Okay, so you think that that's okay, right? Is that too much for you, George?
That's a lot. Why me? I can't do this.
How does it smell, Scott?
It's like vinegar or something.
I thought it smelled like a barn. But why are we being rude? We have
No,
right to be
it didn't
nervous
work out. I'm
because it
telling
didn't
you right
work.
now.
Sorry.
This did not work out. It's artichoke
Too
dip.
much. Too much. That's Is it edible? At first, I'm like, well, it's not that bad, but the vinegar.
But there's no vinegar in there. So here's what happens.
That's like all that I can taste is vinegar.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Throws up.
Okay, so like it's got.
I'm not trying to be rude here.
It's okay. I agree with you. I totally agree.
I agree with you. She fed it to them anyway.
Yeah. It's artichoke dip, but something went terribly wrong. Okay, so first of all.
Doing that.
The vinegar burns.
There's no vinegar.
There's no vinegar. Do you think something is off? Like, do you think maybe the artichokes are off?
Do?
Well, okay, I didn't have a lemon, so I just cut up an orange and put that in there. And then I didn't know what spices to put in, so I put celery, salt, and oregano in it.
See, this is where the little bits of chemistry play in, Leslie. Things didn't combine properly.
So, how are you enjoying it, Amber?
It burns.
It burns.
There's water in
It
here.
feels like there's vinegar.
But there's no vinegar, so I don't get it.
Burns.
I don't get it. It's just a big failure.
So the recipe's on the
The recipe's on the website. Oh my god.
I sent you a different one that's a lot quicker than that. That was so drawn out.
Don't have Telegram on that computer.
Oh shoot.
But I could throw it in the doc. So what do you think of for the title? What do you think of
the Lunch Bunch was good.
Yeah, the lunch browser taste test?
Yeah, that one I like that one too.
All right. Let's take a look at this one. So that wasn't the one you were thinking it was?
Oh no, I have seen the one that you shared. Yes, but this is initially what I thought it might have been. And it's so funny.
I love how bad her recipe fails.
Yeah.
And I love how she's just like, oh, the kids want me to make something, blah, 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 blah.
So I did.
Yeah.
And it didn't turn out right.
No. All right. So
orange instead of lemon. What the heck?
Lovely. A fork.
Do you know, if it had like ham in it, it's closer.
No.
It's closer to a British carbonara.
Oh no.
It is. No, that's true.
Oh well, I'm glad you're standing there.
Do you agree?
Yeah.
But you know what I mean.
If my grandmother had wheels, she would have been a bike. You know what? You know. You know what? It doesn't make any sense what you said. It's a different recipe. It's got nothing to do with macaroni cheese. You know what? How random is what? Can please anybody help me?
That's good.
That's good.
If my grandmother had wheels, she would have been a bike. So funny.
I love it. Scotty has a quote about if my grandmother would have had wheels, she would have been a trike or something like that.
Oh yeah. Oh.
I don't know. I can't find it
Was
right
he
now.
pulling?
Here we go.
A Star Trek quote.
And if my grandmother had wheels, she'd be a wagon.
Oh, a wagon.
That's even better because it
That's
rhymes.
funny.
If she had wheels, she'd be a wagon. Okay. All right. So I think we're going to go with...
The Lunch Bunch.
The Lunch Bunch?
No,
Browser. I could go with either one. The
browser taste test. No, I like the browser taste test.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate you for giving it that live vibe.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you make it right.
So many voicemails. That was incredible.
Yeah, that was nice. I mean, it would have been good to have a title bot, but I'll let you go, Mayhem. I'll let it go for today because you've been great. Thank you for tuning in and listening live. Appreciate you. And, of course, a huge thank you to our members. Hope you enjoyed the extra long bootleg today. We appreciate you very much and hope to see you next week.
My dear members, the time has arrived. Thanks for your support. You help us survive. Your legends, your champs.